Good afternoon to all of you. I'm Dr. Neha Gupta. In this video, we will talk about free fall. The first question arises in our mind is what is free fall? An object is in free fall whenever it moves solely under the influence of gravity, regardless its direction. If we are dropping a ball, or if we are throwing a ball upside, or if we are launching a ball at any angle, in all these cases, the object is said to be free fall if we neglect all the other forces like air resistance, air pressure, any other forces except gravity, we neglect that. Then the object is said to be in free fall motion. Free fall doesn't mean that the object is falling downward. That is why we have taken all these examples. In this slide, a man is jumping downward. Is this the example of free fall? Let's check. The person is falling down. In this picture, we have taken two forces. Two forces are working on that person. One is due to gravity, other is due to air resistance. Of course, many other forces are also working on that person. But because of the presence of air resistance, we can't say that the object, that the person is free falling. So when the object is free fall, in this slide we have taken two examples. One is the real world situation and one in the case of vacuum. In both the cases, the leaf and the acron are falling from the same height. In the left hand side, the leaf falls slowly and reaches the ground little later than the acron. Why it is happening so? Because in the leaf case, the surface area is more, and due to which the air resistance working on the leaf are more, and that's why the leaf reaches the ground late compared to acron. But if we take away all the air, so there is no air pressure, there is no air resistance, and if in this case, when it is an ideal vacuum case, if we fold both the object, the same leaf and the acron from the same height, then they reaches the ground at the same time. This is the beauty of the free fall. That means in the free fall, the object when the object will reach or acceleration due to gravity doesn't depend on the mass of the object. And the acceleration due to gravity, the magnitude of acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square for all the object. To solve the free fall calculation or any kinetic calculation, we choose some sign convention. That means we are taking O to be origin, plus x to be positive, minus x to be negative, plus y to be positive, minus y to be negative. Because displacement, velocity and accelerations are vector quantities, so we should be very careful about the direction. In this case, if the object will fall down, then we will take the displacement to be negative. If we are throwing the ball upside, then in this case the velocity direction is upward, positive y direction, so it chosen to be plus v. If we are dropping the object, then the velocity is minus v. In the case of free fall, the acceleration is due to gravity. It always attracts the object towards the center of the earth, so the acceleration is negative, minus g. To solve the free fall problem, here some concept we described. An object in free fall experiences the acceleration is minus 9.8 meter per second square. Here negative sign shows that the acceleration is towards the downward direction, that is minus y direction. If we are dropping an object, then the initial velocity of the object is 0 meter per second square. 0 meter per second. If we are throwing the object up, then the object will slow down as it rises upward, and at the peak of the trajectory the velocity is 0 meter per second, and after some time it again falling down, and the height where both the at the same height from where we are throwing the object, the velocity, magnitude of the velocity is same, but the direction is opposite. From here the velocity is plus v, and here velocity is minus v. So all these sign convention, all these concept, and by using the kinetic equation we can solve any free fall problem very easily. To complete this topic, I have chosen one example. In this case, a man is drop a stone from the top of a roof located 8.52 meter above the ground and determine the time required for the stone to reach the ground. Because we are dropping, the person is dropping the stone, so initial velocity is 0. And from the height 8.52 meter, the object is falling down, so the displacement is minus 8.52 meter. And the acceleration is always towards the center of the earth, so it is minus 9.8 meter per second square. Given data is initial velocity, displacement, acceleration, and we have to calculate the time required for the stone to reach the ground. So all these terms are present in the Newton's second equation, that is S is equal to ut plus half at square. So we put all the given data in that equation and try to solve the equation in terms of t, and the time required for the stone to reach the ground is 1.32 seconds. Thank you.